All right, welcome back to the GD Network. I'm just going to do a brief video on this Patrick Beverly situation. So, if you haven't heard by now, he threw a ball into the stands behind the bench. I guess there had been some type of a disturbance going on with some fans. Initially, he missed the person he was trying to throw the ball at, actually hit a lady in the side of the head. The man threw the ball back to him, and he then threw it right back at the man that he had thrown it to in the first place and hit him. So I am by no means saying I don't agree with his suspension, but we're going to watch this video. I'm going to come back with some commentary on how I feel.
Got some more breaking news out of the NBA. Tim, what more can you tell us about this breaking news here?
Well, yes, I mean, so just a couple of minutes ago, the NBA announced that Patrick Beverly will be suspended for 4 games without pay at the start of next season for both throwing basketballs at fans at the end of Milwaukee's Game 6 loss to the Indiana Pacers in the first round, as well as for his interactions with ESPN producer Melinda Adams in the locker room after that game. The coming down very hard on Beverly after that, obviously did not condone his actions with the fans in that game. Doc Rivers, after the season, spoke about how he was not happy with the way Beverly handled that. And also, Beverly later called and apologized to Melinda for the way he treated her in the locker room. And Doc Rivers also said that was not acceptable. So the league has now agreed that starting next season, wherever Patrick Beverly, who is a free agent, is playing, he will not be on the court for the first 4 games of the year.
Patrick Beverly suspended for 4 games without pay by the NBA. Tim Bock.
Now we see what happened there with the ball being thrown and such. The comparison that I'm making, and not fully, I shouldn't use the term comparison, but just to bring light to something. The other night, the Denver Nuggets were getting destroyed, quite frankly, by the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Jamal Murray was getting locked up every which way but loose. And he was angry. He was upset. He was he was venting. He was, quite frankly, throwing a tantrum. And he literally threw a towel onto the floor while play was in motion. And then he actually threw a heating pad onto the floor in the middle of the key when all 10 players basically were concentrated in that area. He received a fine, $100,000 fine. I understand that's some money, but so is a 4-game suspension, because that's without pay. So when you're making that kind of money, that's a lot more than $100,000 when you're being, fined. Basically, when you're suspended, you are fined. You do not get your money. And basically, this is my point. What Patrick Beverly did was wrong. His suspension, I agree with. That being said, I feel as though Jamal Murray deserved at least 1 game for his actions, because throwing the towel and the heating pad onto the floor, someone could have fallen. Someone could have gotten hurt, very seriously hurt. Now, of course, it did not happen, but it could have. And if that was someone like Patrick Beverly, Draymond Green, or any of the quote-unquote villains, let's say maybe even a Dylan Brooks, they would have been suspended. But with it being Jamal Murray and the defending champs, and they're down 2-0, and you don't want to see them go down 3-0, so let's keep him around type of a thing. I understand favoritism happens all the time in all sports, but I just think that was wrong. That was handled improperly by the league. They could have at least given him a 1-game suspension without pay, and all could have been well. But to give the precedent that that's okay to do, that's not okay to do. So what I want you to do is get down in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think about that. Tell me if I'm wrong. You think I'm wrong? Let me know. But that's just how I look at it, is that you can't keep saying, well, people have reputations, because the only way you get a reputation is by doing something consistently. I get that part. But some things are just foul, even if it's only done once. So once again, GD Sports Network, I'm going to be signing off here. Get down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it. All right, until next time.